My name is Justin Griffin, and I teach band and choir for grades 6 through 12 here at South Ripley. I started 8 years ago teaching only band, and then when Mrs. Holdsworth, our longtime choir teacher, retired, I took over that 5 years ago, so I've been doing both ever since. I have always had a love for music and a love for teaching. I did all kinds of tutoring programs in high school. I did all sorts of above and beyond musical work outside of the music classroom, and so I knew that that was the fit for me. It's not quite what I thought, but it's everything I wanted. There's certainly been challenges, especially doing both band and choir, which a lot of schools you're going to find one person for each position. It's a challenge I wasn't quite ready for at the time, or didn't think I was, but now that I've been doing it for a while, I love it. 4 measures from the end. 1, 2, ready, go. Nationally, we've performed all over the place. Disney World in Florida, Washington, D.C., New York City. Here locally, we perform at most of the festivals around this area, as well as some concert and marching competitions throughout the tri-state. So, and it gives us a great opportunity to represent our school, to go along with our Blue Ribbon Excellence Awards, to see that we've got a music program that's right on par with that. Teamwork skills, there's collaboration, cooperation, critical thinking. Music's one of the few areas, especially performing music, you have the opportunity to activate both hemispheres of your brain at the same time, which you can get other places, but not as common as you might think. So it's a big advantage to be in a music class. Being creative is always nice because it can be a way of expressing yourself, especially, you know, as young adults and we're starting to find ourselves and decide who we are. Arts have a really big place in keeping people in the right frame of mind. So our arts programs are really involved in the community and helping to boost it up however we can. Here at South Ripley especially, we have a unique culture because where I went to high school, there were 2,000 kids in the high school, and we had to choose, what do you want to do? So you do band, you do basketball, you do football, you choose what your thing was. And here at South Ripley, because of the size and the culture of the school, we're able to have kids that at my school wouldn't have necessarily been able to do that because they would have had to choose one or the other. I think it would just be a misconception that if you're not from a big school or a big area, then you may not be as big of a deal as these other people. But we've had plenty of students go play for different colleges, even here from South Ripley. We've had Mackenzie Black plays at Franklin, and she does a lot of different ensembles up there, vocal and on her trumpet. Megan Cutter's at Indiana State University, and she's studying vocal performance, I think, and she both sang and played flute here. Jessica McIntosh went to Indiana Wesleyan and got a vocal performance degree. She was in the choir and the show choir here. Yeah, we actually have quite a lot. The art staff, all of the staff here at South Ripley is great and cares about the students. And that's something that here in a rural school, again from personal experience, you don't necessarily get at a big school, is there are less students, so the teachers can get to know you a little bit better. Versus my high school, where I wasn't a number, but you know, there's a lot more people there, so it was a lot harder to have that. So the fact that you've got staff that know you better, the staff that can help you with your strengths and weaknesses more, and that can help guide you to where you need to go to be successful in that career, I think we actually have a huge advantage here in a rural school. We've all heard the phrase starving artist. I know for me personally, when I talked to my parents when I was a freshman in high school, I might want to be a music teacher, I might want to do that. And the big concern was always, you may not get paid a lot. How are you going to raise a family, right? That's the big thing to think about. But I can tell you, at least through my experience with the profession, you do have to work for it. But the harder you work, the more successful you're going to be, which really translates to anything. It's just a misconception that, a music teacher might not get paid a lot, or a music performer, there's not going to be any jobs out there. It's going to be tough, but it's going to be tough no matter what you do. So that's what I try to tell my students if they ever have that concern is, if you work hard, you're going to be successful. So.